Blip, 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 blip.
Wee, 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 wee.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Le, 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 le.
La, 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 la.
Shola Hobson. Shoulder Hobson.
Shoulder?
Shoulder Hobson.
Shoulder Hobson. Is that a flower?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm not going to be funny today.
Neither am I.
That's my,
apparently.
That's my thing.
Hey, apparently. If the intro has taught us anything, or what do you call this? The small talk before you start. It's called?
The small talk before
the
you
small
talk.
before you talk. There is a word for it. B-roll.
The intro.
The intro, the B-roll, the blah, blah, blah. The
blah, blah, blah.
The before you intro. It's the B-real.
Yeah.
Come on, be real, bro.
Be real.
Gotta be real.
Cypress Hill.
Cypress Hill.
Represent.
No.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
I think we just turned a shade paler than before.
I was going to start singing Jump Around, and that's not them.
Them.
No.
Cool.
That's how white I am.
You can basically smell my privilege.
I know
I don't
rap.
know what that means.
Jump around.
I'm white, I get down. No.
White. What? No.
No. Maybe.
No.
Maybe no.
Woo.
Yeah.
Come
And
on, mouth. Start thinking.
Wow. Yeah. If you bleep that will be even more fun, because then people will have to kind of imagine what you said. Like, what did he say? What did he say?
We shouldn't introduce the bleep because
Yeah, no.
the whole pod would be bleep.
Bleepity bleep. No. We're just going to bleep for making
Bleep
it
sake.
worse. Yeah, exactly. It's not for actually, what do you call it?
Censorship.
Censorship. No, we
no.
just do it because, like, what did he say?
Yeah.
That makes it like a talking point.
Mm.
Because it's the
I like
only
it.
bleep that we ever use. He said so many like worse things, but
Yeah.
just add the bleep.
What did they bleep?
What did they bleep? What the bleep?
Yeah.
And with that said, welcome to the show, episode 182 of the Sketchbook Heroes podcast with me, Ilias.
And me, Robert.
And somehow we officially started the show.
Boom.
This week we're going to be talking about
Babies. No.
work versus personal work.
Yeah.
And the importance of doing, I guess, both.
Yeah.
Because if you don't do the work, you get fired.
That's a good point.
What are the benefits? The benefits.
The benefits of
What
the
is
work.
the benefits? Come on. I don't know.
Do you really have to work? Do you need money to survive? Find out.
I think it's just something that poor people made up.
Yeah, I think so too. It's all a big conspiracy.
Exactly. It's all just lies.
It's all bullshit.
You don't have to.
I don't have any money. I'm doing fine. Yeah.
I can't breathe.
So what are we talking about?
How have you been? That's what we're talking about.
I've been...
Haven't been a good.
Yeah.
Just like accents without intention.
Yeah. For some reason, we're doing Italian today.
No, we got Italian.
Or Mario today, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's more honest.
Just to not offend more than everybody named Mario.
It's not Italians, it's Italians.
Yeah, it's
not the same.
That's true.
Shut up. Come on. Work, please, work.
Also me trying to think of something fun to say.
Fun.
Yeah, come on.
Add fun here.
Something.
No, but just record it at home
Just
later.
became
Like,
Mexican.
add fun here.
Nope.
Note to self. Add fun here later.
Still not funny. Oh my God. Yeah. No, I've been good. Busy. Getting babies verified, which is also...
Is that a Twitter thing?
It's a Twitter
I
thing.
gotta get my babies verified.
So yeah, we're having a Corona baby. Like, I think half of the population.
Slapping the babe.
Slapping the babe. That's also really wrong.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
wrong.
so
Yeah,
wrong.
in my head, I was like, no.
No. Yeah,
No.
we're still working on it.
There's a joke there. Somewhere.
Yeah. No. So it's, of course, extremely happy times, but also kind of stressful.
So that's what you're
weird.
going to keep doing now? Like every week you're like, I'm getting married. I'm having a baby. Like next time, what's going to happen next week?
Stay tuned.
Exactly. On the Sketchbook Heroes podcast.
Exactly. Yes, I'm gonna remarry.
Remarry.
I'm gonna.
I'm getting divorced
Yeah.
next week, and then you're
So next week I'm gay, and then,
and then just keep just jumping.
find out. Sorry. But yeah, no, it's super weird. We just went to the first what's it called?
Sound?
Ultrasound. Easy. And like actually got to see the baby. And it's looking super healthy, extremely, very much like...
Parkour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very parkour.
Very parkour, the video that you showed me.
Yes. So
Just
I'm...
like, what?
Like my dad wrote me back and he's like, well, there's no doubt in whose baby this is, you know? So...
And he's
feels
like,
good.
it's mine.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, that is-
No.
Okay, too far.
Ah.
Let's back up.
We're trying too hard now.
I wasn't trying.
That's the thing.
That is just all natural.
Yeah,
baby.
yeah. Oh God.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, seriously, work has taken over everything still. So it's like in that sense, it is kind of boring. It's just like waking up every day, going to work, going home, sleeping, waking up, work, home.
Sounds like the past 2 years, but hey.
Yeah.
Cool.
More or less. No, but it felt like I had a little bit more spare time earlier.
Yeah.
And now it's like bigger and bigger jobs, more and more bookings, so and so and so. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just me getting very
You suck
tired.
at being successful, Robert.
Yeah, I know. I know. No, I mean, I wouldn't call it being successful. I'm just like, I'm having a blast doing a lot of really fun stuff, but it's not like overwhelmingly much. I can still go home and enjoy a movie, but it's just like there's no extra time to do anything else than work and chill out with a movie and eat.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So that, like, in that sense,
And I think that kind of fits this episode as well. The importance of doing the stuff for
the
yourself.
extra stuff.
Yeah, the extra stuff.
Yeah, I think, and it's actually something we should be talking about. I think a lot of people are stuck in our sort of mental state. So hopefully
like
this will...
humanity as a whole.
Yes.
It's just like...
so hopefully this will help a few of you guys out there to do something
And
cool.
only the guys.
Only the
Fuck
guys.
everyone else.
No, but I generalize. I say guys to every
To everyone,
person.
Yeah, I know.
Same as dude. Dude for me is a
For everyone, yeah.
non-gender thing. It's,
Same.
you know.
It's you, basically.
Yeah.
Like addressing someone.
Exactly.
I mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
So dudes and dudettes isn't that's like more that worse
I love that.
worse thing. You shouldn't say dudette because that's two. It's just everybody's a dude. Tangent.
Cool.
How about you, man? How you? You talk now.
How you? How you, bro?
How you?
How you? No, it's actually good. It's actually good. I feel like life-work balance finally happened, and for the first time in forever, I don't feel stressed.
Nice.
And it's so nice. And it's actually nice that it actually is true. You know, sometimes you're like, I'm not stressed. And then the next week you're dying.
Yeah.
Actually, like this whole...
Let's see you next week.
Yeah, exactly. No, but that's what I mean. Now it's been like January was cool. February kind of in the same manner. I can play some video games. I can draw if I want to, which I don't. But it just feels like everything is balanced right now.
Nice.
The only sad thing is that my neighbor's cat, that is basically my family's cat now, died this weekend.
It's
He was
horrible.
so old, yeah.
Casper.
Casper, the
R.I.P.,
cat.
bro.
Yeah, so if you've seen a cat on my Instagram, he is no more. He got, like, he turned 21, or he was supposed to turn 21 this year. Like,
Old.
close to summer,
Very,
yeah. And he's
very old.
very old for a cat. And he was fine. And then, you know, just
Shit
this
happened.
past week, he just fucking became his age, you know, like he just aged 21 years in 1 week, basically. And we saw that he was suffering, and we told his real owners, because we have a good relationship with them, and they were like, yeah, just say goodbye, and we'll kind of take him in and check him up. And yeah, he was like, there was no coming back from that.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
So
Animals, yeah.
This one goes out to Cass.
Yeah, Casper. This one is for you, buddy. My little furball bud.
Yeah, forever missed.
Mm-hmm.
I will cherish that evil glare you gave me that one time.
Oh, man. That's the one he gives everyone. Like, he just wants to, like, you see me? Let me in.
Come on, let me in. I
Just say you're welcome.
Yeah.
Basically, he was a vampire, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because he didn't come in before we said you can come in. He was very well-mannered in that sense.
Then I'm sure he would drink.
No. We had the door open. He wouldn't go in. He sat on the friggin' door and just looked at us.
So he had manners.
Yes. So he was a cool cat.
Cool cat.
Yeah.
Fun fact. If you die at home and you have a dog, the dog will not eat your face.
I know, but
a cat will.
Yes.
A cat would even start eating you before you die.
That's cool.
If you don't give them food. A dog would starve to death before eating you. That's devotion.
That's why cats are cooler.
That's why I'm a dog person. Yeah, I don't want to get eat.
On a positive note, go intro.
Go.
But before we do that, don't forget to vote on the podcast if you listen on Spotify or iTunes.
Yeah, go somewhere you can
somewhere
vote.
you can press a thing.
Yeah,
we appreciate pressing
or
of things.
maybe just rate it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just like
or find some place where you can actually vote for your absolute favorite podcast and then vote for us.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Even if we're not in the running for anything.
Exactly. And if you don't want to do that and you want to join the Discord, that is up on the Sketchbook Heroes Instagram or at Ilias Patlis on Instagram. If you just click the link.
Click the link.
Exactly. But with that said, go intro! And thank you, Underverket.
And Max. Thank you, Max.
Yeah. Max.
Max. To the max.
To the max.
Go intro.
Again.
I just want to say it once.
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
They loved 80s cartoons, even with beards and tattoos. You know they haven't changed at all. Filling sketchbooks every night, getting better with each line. Sketchbook hero, imagination burning. Sketchbook hero, pick up the sketchbook hero. They don't seem to have any line.
Cool.
And we're back.
Yeah. That was amazing.
Oh my God. Like, I can't get past this. Like, this is how happy I am right now.
Cool. A lot of emotions. Robert has used up all his emotions today.
Yeah.
With finding out that he's a dad.
I'm so fucking drained. Man. Yeah. It is a really strange feeling. I mean, I'm definitely still in shock.
Yeah.
This is weird. Like, the fact that there is... I mean, it's still very early, so a lot of shit could happen. So
Yes, of course.
Like, of course, we're hoping for the best. But right now, there is, like, a living part of me in the world. Like, not moving around that much, but... Well, yes.
Oh, yes.
Moving
Actually,
around a
moving
lot.
around a lot.
But, like, inside my girlfriend. It's so weird. You know? Consent matters, bro. Yeah.
Cool.
Always.
Very nice. Delicately handled.
At least it's close to the intro. So
Still eligible.
But, all right. So, yeah, we're talking about pretty much working hobby versus work.
Yeah.
Or like stuff that makes you happy and stuff that makes you want to kill yourself.
And the balance there.
Yeah, where is the balance and do you need it? All this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We, again, have really discussed everything about today's topic. So we know everything that we are going to say. So, yes, I'd say let's switch on that improv hat.
Yeah, we did terrible last week, so we're going to do better this week by improvising better.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of this. Like, you go in, you fail, you feel shame, you do better.
Maybe.
but maybe the shame part is very, very subtle.
Yeah.
But with that said, though,
So yeah.
I think we kind of, like in life, we never wanted to do boring stuff.
Pretty much.
And
I mean,
then-
that's what we structured our lives after, I think.
Yeah. That helps.
But we've always been the people that go with our guts, and like if we're not happy in this position, we just go and find something that makes us more happy
Yeah.
until we get another one that makes us more happy, and
Yep.
so and so and so and so,
And
and then
when-
finally we ended up
Doing what we
semi-happy.
do. Yeah. And I think something that we learned was that even at times in life, when you were young and dumb, you just kept going. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you didn't stop because you didn't know.
No,
You did the complaining, like, oh, I don't know what I want. But we still kept moving, tried another
Yeah.
thing that you hated or, semi-liked.
Yeah, and I think it's both stupid at times, but also really, really good. Sometimes
I think the stupidity was like the ignorance is bliss kind of
Yeah.
approach to things.
yes,
Sometimes helped.
but like we didn't think things through 100% every time. You know what I mean? Like we could have looked over our financial situation a little bit more,
What?
and like, but maybe I don't have to quit before
Before putting all my eggs in this one basket.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so, and that's something that I think we've become better at now when we've learned by failing so extremely hard so many times.
And if you're new to this, I can at least mention like 20, 22 gigs that I remember working at. And it really does give you a perspective once you sort of get a cooler job, like a job that you enjoy. Like all that shit that you did before, like really helps you appreciate what you have, to some extent.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think I'm up at 20, but I would say at least over 10, closer to 15 different jobs before finding what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And also that including the studying many different things and testing out as much as I can, and never ever really finding anything until I kind of gave up, I think. And then all of a sudden there was. So yeah, we have definitely failed our ways through our lives.
Yep.
But in the best possible way.
But I would say also that some of the failures, like some of the jobs that I've had, I was really good at.
Oh yeah.
I just
No, but I mean, we would never go in and do like a shitty job even if we didn't really like it.
not intentionally.
Because we still want to like do a good job.
Yeah, and also I think I am like a
perfectionist in a way.
I was gonna say attention whore, but
yeah, that too. Yeah, you
But
want that good
you
pat
want
on the
that-
back.
yeah, you
or
want-
confirmation
you want- yeah.
of like good job.
not
just
as much
hearing it.
now, but back then,
But
very
still,
much. No.
I
Look,
still really, really, I
I
know.
appreciate it, but it's not as like we talked about earlier that I was pretty loud as a kid.
Oh yeah,
And that was just an attention thing, I'm guessing. And thinking back to it, that has become less and less,
but I
with
do
age.
notice it. This is very personal information, but I do
Yeah.
notice the change in you when you get in with more
Yeah,
people.
more people. Yeah,
so
of
you
course.
do turn it up to 11.
I feel that is a more fun thing if it is
But
a
it is
social gathering.
It's a
but-
toned down version of the kid you, but
Oh,
it's
yeah,
still
yeah.
in you. Like
yeah,
you know what I mean?
No. That's what I'm saying.
And
That's,
I know I'm definitely the same. Like I don't notice it on my own, but if you would like check it out, maybe you would see a little bit of a difference.
I always turn it up when I'm out. It's like people are like, I need to drink. I don't need that. I have it. I know that I have
you
it.
shouldn't drink.
Yeah. I actually don't get louder with drinking.
Yeah, I do. I get louder with drinking.
Yes, you do. I
Yes.
was at the cinema with you.
Woo!
Go, James Bond!
Hell yeah.
You bitchin'. You didn't say that, but
That's
it
all
would've
Ilias. I said all the bad words. Yeah.
been. Yeah, I just said bitch.
That's not a bad word.
Not a bad
No.
word.
No, but yeah,
Yeah.
definitely attention whores, both of us.
Yeah, so I always wanted to do like I hated doing something, even if I hated the thing I was doing. I needed to do it well.
We would do the worst possible thing the best possible way.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
And perfectionist thing there.
Yeah. And then for me, so this is, I think, the biggest difference between you and me, apart from me looking better in a beard, is I can't look at you. Is that
Laughing at your own joke.
When I get paid for a job,
Yeah.
that immediately lowers the excitement and joy I get from creating.
Mhm.
Whereas for you, it's more of a carrot, or like it
Depends on the
helps
job.
push you.
Yeah. It does
So
help.
for me, money is always something that ruins it for me, and that's why I really, really want to sort of nurture the whole hobby aspect of me painting, and only want to do that for myself
Mhm.
a lot more now than just a couple of years ago.
Same.
And that's also why I think I'm stuck in this rut right now, because I don't have that urge anymore, because I am working so much with all the other stuff, or just tired and it's dark and it's fucking slushy slush outside and everything sucks. I just want like a little bit of sunshine, spring, dry, being able to walk outside with maybe just a jumper on instead of all that other shit you need to put on to go outside. Like all of that brings me down so much. And it is, towards the end of that period in Sweden now.
Yep.
And I think that's also like,
It's
it's so
kind of-
close to being finished that it's,
that you feel it more.
yeah, it's like, you're a kid in high school the last day before summer break.
We also had a couple of good days now without snow where
yeah.
it felt like spring.
Exactly.
And now we just got like all the snow back.
And I always fall for that. Every single year.
No, I said
that
it was
happens.
going to snow again. and
Yeah,
it
I did too. But
But,
in my
yeah.
head, I was like, starting to feel happy and relaxed again, and then slush.
Mm-hmm. Every year.
Fuck yeah.
Every fucking year.
So yeah, and it's gonna get super duper cold like tonight, tomorrow. So all of the
Fine.
slush is gonna become ice.
And I work from home, so I don't care.
So yeah, so I'm gonna be stuck on like a train station. Ilias is gonna be stuck at home,
Oh.
and yeah. What were we talking about?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But
Happy
something
art
that I've
and
noticed,
bad
yeah,
art.
exactly. Yeah, but something that I've noticed working now that we are, within quotation marks, successful people,
Are we?
we do what we want.
Like
at
we're
least to
happy.
some- yeah.
Yeah,
What we're
that's
doing,
success.
because, you kind of get used to it and it becomes, everyday life again. Even though, because there are people that want to do what we do today.
Yeah.
And, we wanted to do what we do today at some point.
Oh yeah.
And now we're there and you're like, oh, I want to do something, like,
Yeah.
the,
Like grass
that-
is greener type thing.
yeah, but also that you need to keep sort of evolving as a person. And,
Yes.
and I think that's why we are the way that we are. I think that's why we are good at,
ADHD.
yeah. but it's that's why we keep improving in art. That's
Yeah.
why we keep learning new things.
Or just improving in general,
Yeah.
I think.
I think that hunger to keep moving, basically,
with everything.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
And work doesn't
get in the way, or
No. I just mean that work, it stagnates as well. If
Oh, yeah.
you work at a company, no matter how good the company is, at some point, if you don't want to do, the next, let's say, art director, if that's not your jam and it's not my jam in that sense, there is nothing for me. You know what I mean? I can keep learning stuff, which is cool, but and that's where this topic kind of comes in, where doing something for yourself and doing something for another company, like you're borrowing your like creativity and skill for someone else, like to
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
else.
yeah. Lending it.
You're lending it, exactly. And I know a lot of people that I've met over the years when I started, and I was like, oh, but what do you draw like outside of work? They're like, oh, no, it's just like work.
I don't draw outside of work.
Dude, yes. And I always felt like in the beginning as well, I always felt like, what the fuck? Why are you taking up this job
Yeah. Like,
if you're not enjoying it when someone else, like that was my go-to thought, you know?
Yeah.
And then over time, I kind of understand that
Yeah.
not everyone has the same sort of energy and drive that we have when it comes to just personal art.
No.
But it also made me realize how important my own art is, and like it's such a great counterbalance to the work stuff,
Yeah.
And especially I worked on Candy Crush, style-wise, Think of it at what you will, but
Yeah, but I think that helps.
But it
Definitely helps
was fun.
drive your own creativity, because you get so frustrated from not being able to do what you want
that's
at work.
exactly.
You
And
know.
that was my problem in the beginning. When I got into the industry, I was like, I'm going to show them how to make this. Like, okay, I did start from almost the beginning of Candy Crush for the mobile version that I was hired to kind of come in and, draw for. But the style was basically set, and we could create new stuff for it, but it was, within that style.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to make it better. And that was the first mistake. I came in like, I'm going to make Samsungs out of the iPhones,
Yeah.
that kind of, like, I'm going to change the product, basically. That's what my mentality was. And then, eventually I learned like, oh shit, no. I need to challenge myself. I need to look at this differently, because I hated this style. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try to draw the stuff that I want to draw, and then try to pull it back and kind of try to put it within this style. And then every drawing, like, no matter what it was, became such a fun thing.
Oh, okay.
Like, okay,
cool.
I can draw this really complicated sketch. Complicated, it's a sketch. But the way that I wanted it to look, and then I could pull it back.
And make it into
Yes, and
Candy
make it
Crush
into
it.
Candy Crush it. Yeah, very
Yeah.
good. And it worked, and it was fun. And people were complaining, I worked there for 7 years drawing basically the same shit over and over.
Yeah.
But it was fun. Like, I enjoyed it all the way. I didn't enjoy the politics, the office politics and stuff like that.
And you rarely do.
Yeah, exactly. No one does. But the art and just doing that type of art, like, there was a challenge in that. I didn't learn that much new stuff, except sort of getting really good at one thing.
And getting faster.
And
with
getting
that.
faster.
I guess
exactly.
that is
And
also
Illustrator
a little bit
is
of a-
like, I can just close my eyes and just, like, even when I haven't, because I don't use it that often. It's like once a month, barely. And now I just open it up. It's like, click, 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 like, it's all there,
Nice.
But it's just that changing that perspective made it fun. But it also, like, okay, when I get home, I did this thing at work. I now want to go home and explore that for my stuff, or like something entirely different from that. And just working on my own stuff, when I started working when you spend 40 hours a week drawing for other people, like, the drawing for myself became so much more important. And, when you get into the industry as well, the what do you call it? The imposter syndrome thing kicks in.
Oh, yeah.
And everything takes longer than it has to, and you're second guessing and stuff. So in the beginning, I wasn't drawing, my own shit. But then, eventually I was like, oh my God. And then I realized that, doing some other shit outside of work that is for me really kind of reined it all in and, like, created some type of balance there, I guess.
Yeah. And I think that definitely for me as well, when I was back at Lego, exactly the same thing, more or less. There's so many rules in what you can and can't do, and you feel so, like, boxed in. And I really did enjoy drawing, like, minifigures and all this stuff. So I did a few of my own back in the day. But I had so much energy when I came home because of that limitation. So as soon as I came home, I just started. That's what I did, a lot of those drippy portraits, like, which was just so
Envelope project.
Yes,
all
of that, and everything that was so far from the Lego thing that I could. So just organic shapes and portraits and drippy art stuff. But it was so much fun. It was really just getting to express myself the way I wanted to express myself. And I think you can really tell in those pieces as well. There was a lot more of me, or just, I guess,
You gave me an idea.
happiness.
I need to write it down.
Oh, I like it when I give you ideas.
I'll tell you what it is later. I want to explore this before I say it on the show.
But I think, like, now, again, it was different the first few years of tattooing as well. I think mainly because of imposter syndrome and working with such talented colleagues. You just constantly felt like an imposter, very much. And now I've come into my own, and I really feel like I'm owning what I do. That way, I'm like, I do feel I am pouring a lot more into my pieces also, which is giving me that outlet. And I don't have the urge to create as much anymore after work. Also, I'm dead tired. But just the fact that I get to do this every day is pretty much like staying at home and drawing what I want to
But
draw.
your work is fucking physical as well in a
Yeah.
different way.
Yeah, no, I get so mentally exhausted from, especially now there's a lot of new clients, which is fantastic. But having a new client versus an old one, there's so much more tension and me having to perform, I guess, in a different way.
Basically what we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Like you're in a room, let's work it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And that is just mentally exhausting. I think a lot of people that don't know a lot about the tattoo industry just think we go in and tattoo. Like there's so much more around the whole thing. Just the little thing of tattooing is really, I think, 10% of the whole job. And a lot of people forget that, you know, there's a lot more to it. And that extra stuff is very exhausting. Also, just the tattooing, of course. But having said that, I mean, I do feel like now I have merged the hobby and the work in the best possible way. So I don't have to have that outlet. It was just an extra thing that I did before when I was very, very active. And now I think, also probably with age, you know, just realizing that I don't have to show everybody that I can draw anymore. You know,
sort of landing on the whole social media part of it as
yeah,
well.
I think definitely that's a big part of it for me. Just realizing that I don't have to publish a new thing every day or every week, and just living, you know, just enjoying time away from my phone rather than sitting with the phone and posting and, you know, all this stuff. But yeah, again, like just realizing that I've become a grumpy old man. And owning it and really, really enjoying it, you know? So, yeah, I think like there's so much babbling there. I'm sorry. I hope that makes sense. But it really, I do feel like I have reached the point of where I should be, you know?
But do you feel like you should be drawing though? You know what I mean?
I do get that every once in a
'Cause I
while.
think
the pressure of like, you should really...
I should do something
you should do
now.
something.
Yeah.
Because I don't draw a lot of portraits and stuff anymore, and that was a form of meditation for me. And now it's like, well, maybe I don't need that meditation now. Maybe I am in a very good state. Like I feel really happy about everything. So maybe that was a big part of it that I didn't realize before. But I think actually it is more just the energy that I don't have that extra energy anymore. I'm so exhausted. So I guess we'll see what happens when the sun comes back and maybe get a little bit more energized.
But it's also, you know, like it's all cycles basically. You know, like you get to the point where you draw a lot, like October, and then you don't want to draw for a while, and then like it, you know, rinse and repeats, and then you want to draw all the time again.
But yeah, I mean, we did talk about this earlier too. But I haven't been able to pick it up after Inktober.
Same.
It really crushed.
No, it burned me out.
Yeah.
Like, burned me out. And
that's weird, like, because we've done this before.
Yeah, but I really outdid myself.
Yeah.
But no, I was ruined the year before as well, but not like this.
But
dude.
you can pick that up pretty quick after.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I actually kept drawing all the way into the new year.
Exactly.
And I think until February, and then Instagram fucked me, and I was like, this is my cue to kind of take a break.
Yeah. It was like... the Insta gods came in and just like,
they were like,
dude,
nope,
you're
too good. Goodbye. It's going too well for you.
Yeah.
And then I kind of backed down, but I think it is, I don't know. Like I don't have the fucks to give right now. Like
no,
I'm just fine with
I've given all my fucks.
But I think
Literally.
the difference, like this last year though, was that I had so much, like I had a game to produce.
Yeah.
I had freelance work, and I had Inktober, and you know, and life, and that was just like all at once.
Yeah.
So that kind of stressed me out a lot, and it was like, okay, I worked really late, and then I Inktobered really late. Then I didn't sleep, and then I woke up and worked really late, and like that
and
cycle.
on and on it went. Yeah.
So it was very, very blah. So not doing that again this year.
But let's let's flip it a little bit and think about like how should we tackle getting back into it? Should we get back into it? What are we gonna do?
I think it's just naturally going to happen for me. Like I'm not worried. Like I'm not going to force it.
No, if I start forcing it, I'm not gonna do it. It's gonna be the total opposite. So I'm not gonna want to do it anymore. So now I think it's probably more focus on ideas, idea generating,
Yeah, but that's
writing
what I
it
do as
down,
well.
and like
Yeah.
you pretty much did, where I gave you this amazing idea.
This idea that I have.
You're
that
welcome.
Yeah.
Uh,
I have more ideas. I have some really good ones that I want to explore. Just haven't.
Yeah, and I think that's where I want to be right now as well, and do like I keep saying the writing thing, but I'd never get my ass out of the sofa to start writing anything. But I still feel like that is where I want to be doing more stuff, rather than sit and draw another poster or do like a tattooed poster or whatever. Writing and coming up with cool new sort of movies or scripts or whatever, like that's something that I want to explore a little bit more now. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's the Japanese whiskey making me more creative as a writer. Maybe I should start smoking cigarettes again, you know, just
cool people.
just because, like every writer. Yeah, no? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whiskey and cigarettes.
Whiskey and cigarettes. Name of my sex tape?
No,
No?
I hope.
Yeah.
But something to kind of, which is, I guess, a bit of a weird position is, or it goes against everything we've said, is like the like personal stuff versus the work. Is that I have a couple of freelance gigs coming up as well, and I do select them if I think they're fun.
That's sort of an in-between.
Yes, but but that's like a chosen thing. You know what I mean? At work, you just do the work, like no matter if you enjoy it or not. Whereas the freelance stuff, I can just like, no mas.
Yeah.
We're good. Thank you for the offer, but we're
no.
good. Yeah. And I have a couple of gigs that are coming up that I actually think are going to be fun. One is a social thing as well. I get to test new stuff, which is fun. So I'm really looking forward to that. Just trying new stuff that I probably wouldn't buy on my own because I know nothing about it. But it's just like I have a couple of things lined up that I'm excited for, and they're also work.
Yeah.
And it feels like that is my creative outlet as well. And
Yeah,
then
but
I make my
it's
logos.
It's newness. you know?
And I think that is part of it. And I have some ideas for stuff I want to draw personally. I actually did draw this weekend, and I was going to draw this. Like I listened to a podcast called Your Mom's House, and I was like, ooh, I need to draw this portrait of one of the hosts, you know, with some of the jokes that they say. Like I'm going to draw him sort of like fist towards the camera, and then like draw, you know, the finger tattoos where they're right on their like knuckles and stuff. And I just had this idea and I tried it out. I got a lot of it down and I was like, this shit. It really was like garbage. It looks nothing like him. You know, I'm not a portrait guy, but I just got the whole thing down. And I did draw, you know, like, did I post it on social media? Nope. But it was fun for me. You know what I mean? I had fun. I was watching, I don't remember what, but I had something on the TV and I just doodled, you know, like I did more than doodle. I actually drew the thing, but I just, it sucked. Like it really sucked, but I had fun.
You did something.
But I did something,
you know?
And I've drawn a lot in that way. I've done the studies, not as much as I was hoping for because work, but like, I mean, outside of work, I did work, and also video games now with the new game that came out, Horizon Forbidden West. But I've been creative like more than people would know. Yeah. And I've created more logos just this month, you know, like than I've ever done. You know, I keep being creative. I'm just not doing, you know, the expected stuff. Like, oh, are you just gonna draw ink now? Nope. I'm just going to do whatever I feel like drawing. Then I'll post the ink stuff on
Your
on
ink page.
Instagram. Yeah, but I don't really like. I never limit myself. Like whatever I feel like creating, I will create that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But I do think that doing stuff for yourself is really important. And just to like a parallel, like basically what we could call drawing for work, your Instagram page could be work for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like those expectations of what your followers want to see and what you want to create can also be like it can get into that same place that work gets you in,
Yeah.
Like
In
there's the
both good and bad.
yeah. They can drive you to draw,
But it
if
can
you're-
also make
Yeah.
you the total opposite, like us,
Yeah.
more or less now, where it's like,
but I wouldn't blame Instagram for that. I would
No, no, no.
blame Inktober
Yes.
or ourselves for bad planning.
Yes.
But hey,
Yeah. Why play the blame game?
exactly
Yeah.
when it's our fault.
Yeah.
But I think social media can really get you in the same place, and I
Yeah.
think it's really, really important to just create. No
For-
matter how abstract your mind wants to go, whatever the fuck you want to do. Like,
Yeah.
even if it is just like, I want to make pancake art. Like, who cares? Like, just, you got to make some time to just explore some other things as well.
Yeah. And most of the time that will fuel the other stuff.
That was exactly what I wanted to say,
Yeah.
and you picked it up.
There
Very
you go.
nice.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah. No, but that's always how it works for me. If I feel like I'm stuck somewhere, I just try something totally different, and then that automatically brings me back into the old stuff.
Yeah.
Especially if it is something that is sort of a little bit tricky to work with or takes time to set up versus the stuff that you normally do. Because then it's just such a big hassle, and you realize how easy the other stuff is, and just fall back into it because that's easier, but you're still creating.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So yeah, but I think what I do miss most is the clay stuff, to be honest, because that always gave me a lot more than even drawing a portrait. Like, but the clay stuff was never anything that I could post on social media. It didn't look good.
It's hard to photograph. It's all that stuff.
It only looks semi good because it's never really good. But in like IRL, when you hold it and see it. But it was always for me, and it was just weird and like stupid and fun.
Yeah.
Like just good old fashioned fun. So that's something that I do miss. And I do have this one thing that I want to do. I just want to create a life-size realistic skull with clay.
Oh shit, like a big one.
Yeah,
like an actual
a one-to-one
size,
size. Just to see like how much detail can I put in and just make my own skull, but sort of as realistic
Why don't you
as I
make
can.
it like just like a project that you just have every now and then?
And
You
that's
like
what-
sit in front of the TV and
Yeah.
you just look, and you just play around with your
It's
stuff.
mostly the lighting in my house. Like I can't.
Buy a lamp.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, I need to get a
Just
really
get
good
one. The one that I have, the dual lamp, the
Yeah.
one that you can bend up, and dude, it's like 300-400 crowns at Pen Store.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw that they had it. I bought it for like
because
like
you.
1,000.
That's
something.
why I was a little bit put off.
And then I saw it, on Pen Store. I was
No
like,
way.
you son of a... Because I bought mine
Son
years
of a
ago when they
bitch.
first arrived.
Yeah, of course.
By mistake, I was looking for a lamp, and then I was
Yeah.
like, fuck, there are no lamps. I went into Creatima,
Mm-hmm.
where everything costs 5 times as much as they need to.
Yeah.
And then I found the lamp. I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to pay the money.
Yeah.
And that if I had waited 3-4 years, I could have bought it cheap.
Fantastic. Yeah. No,
So it's a really good lamp, and you can buy either one where you can clasp it on the table that I did,
Yeah.
or one that just stands.
Yeah, I think I need one that stands because I don't have a good table for clamping.
Yeah, I
but-
wish I hadn't bought the clamp. I put a book,
Yeah.
and then I put the clamp on the book.
Does that
and then
work?
I have it. Yeah,
Yeah, well, I mean, that's
it's
It works.
fine. Yeah, it works.
because I think the clamp option would be good in certain, like, for me, if I had a better table, it would be the better option. But yeah, no, I think that's going to be on the to buy list for sure. Actually need a new one for work as well, so maybe I should just check in.
Yeah, because the nice thing is it gets pretty wide.
Yeah.
And it can, the and
The
you
only-
can light one or both, and it
Yeah.
has, I think, it's like 4 steps.
That's awesome.
So you can
get
light
it super.
super
Super
bright.
white.
Yeah. And that's why all my photos, people are like, how are you not getting shadows or stuff like that? It's because fucking...
It eliminates all the shit.
Illuminates it all.
Eliminates.
But I was going to say something. Fuck, you sparked something there as well.
Always the sparking.
You sparked something, but I don't remember what it is.
Sparka.
This is
No.
terrible.
Yeah.
Garbage. It is garbage. You heard it here first.
Yeah. Realistic skull and sculpting.
You said something.
And doing a project over time. And just, that's also something that I want to do. Because I still have the big poster canvas.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also something I really want to do. But I just want to find the right property, I guess. The IP, the movie to make another Tango and Cash, so to speak, poster. And like, I don't love anything that much because it's such a sacrifice time-wise. But I still really, really, really want to take my time and draw a really big poster. So yeah, that's going to be one, and then the Sculpey.
And I did remember.
Oh,
brain is fucking on point.
Nice. Sparky.
But the thing that we talked about doing something else, even if it isn't creative and then kind of feeds back into, I think just doing stuff that makes you happy, no matter what it is. And we've used this example so many times, but the time we went to see Mad Max, like, that energy, that excitement, that, like,
Man, but that was like next level energy, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that sometimes you do stuff that is totally unrelated to art, or you watch something, or you hear a song that's just that good.
Yeah.
And there are these moments in life where the energy you get from them, sometimes it's just like walking outside, and then, that perfect song comes in, the sun is like hitting your face, and you're like, you get like this vibe, like the music is perfect, the sun is out, you get this swagger, if you will, where you just feel good.
Yeah.
That thing, like, that could be enough to kind of get you out of this, I don't know what to draw, everything sucks, I haven't drawn, I'm art blocked, like, all these thoughts just, they just, go away, and you're just like in a good place. And I think putting yourself in a position where you could feel something like that is totally unrelated could help you come back into it. Because I think it is all these thoughts that we put on ourselves of, like, I must draw for social media, I'm art blocked, just sort of playing around with that thought. Whatever else it is that you feel you need to do that you really don't. And then you get into that spiraling down the rabbit hole, of these, like, terrible, like, pressure, basically.
Yeah, anxiety and all of this. Yeah.
And sometimes just doing something that gets you out of it, where you kind of forget about it, will kind of like throw you back into the good stuff.
Yeah.
Very good. but I think just, like, the first step to drawing might be something entirely different, basically.
Yeah. Or maybe it's not drawing that you're supposed to be doing. Like,
that's also a thing.
Because that could be another way to just automatically find your gold nugget and the rest of your life type of work.
Exactly. So searching your poop, see if you find that gold nugget.
Yeah. You should always search your poop.
Search your poop for gold nuggets.
You never know.
Because I think that's a really good place to round it off,
Yeah.
Like, just clench it and just get that last piece out.
So
I have nothing.
Moving on.
I have nothing else. I think because I think we're only going to do the classic. Let's recap the whole episode in a recap.
Yeah. Everybody keeps asking us, how could you do like 3-4 hour episodes? That's how.
Recaps. Let us recap the recap with a recap.
I don't think I said this before, but
exactly.
I'm going to say the exact same thing again. Yeah.
But I'll make it more confusing this time around so that I can recap it later.
Yeah, kneecap it later.
Kneecap it.
Yeah.
That's basically what they should be called. Just kneecap.
Let's do a kneecap. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, so thank you for listening to this part, and over to Toolies. Toolies! What do you have? No, I have one thing.
Oh, you do?
Remember last week when I complained about I was trying to draw? I don't remember if I
Wait,
said
you
it on the show.
complained about something?
Yes.
Really?
And but I was trying to like get my stuff out to draw, and I got my inks out, and I
Oh,
couldn't
yeah,
find
yeah,
a
yeah.
converter.
Yeah, that's right.
And all that stuff. The day after, because I left everything very annoyed,
Mm-hmm.
and I did something else. The next day, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna like take this mess away. You know what
Clean it.
happens?
Yeah.
I lift up the inks that I have on the table, and the lid wasn't on one of them.
Aha.
Yes, it was like just on top, but not closed.
So like,
So when I lift it up, like I'm just gonna put it on the shelf here. It just like ink
Split it
just
up.
flew out, and that is my latest tool, I guess. I'm the tool, and it's just like ink on the table, ink on my socks, ink on the floor, and then every time I try to sort of like wipe it up, I took paper first to get like the really thick part,
Yeah.
but then I took like a rag. And it's just like spreading around and round and round. And then I put water like trying to wash out the ink.
Nope.
And then just like whoop, 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 just kept spreading it around. I was like, motherfucker.
yeah.
It was very annoying.
That's kind of on my side of work.
You know what I
really.
did then?
No?
I did take
bought a new
paper. No,
table?
just fucking bought a new floor. But I took paper basically. I wiped everything that I could. Then I took the Copic alcohol,
Oh, yeah.
the blender,
Mm-hmm.
and because I accidentally bought a couple of refills and then realized I had like 1 million of those already that I bought from another dude, came with a pack.
Nice.
So I had lots. I just poured some on the floor and I just wiped it all up. It was perfect.
Isn't it sticky or anything? No?
Nope. The alcohol, and then you just, like
Yeah.
wet rag again. It was perfect.
Otherwise, acetone or hand alcohol.
Yeah, but I think it's the
That-
same.
that all-
actually,
yeah.
I think the pen is like alcohol but milder. Like
Oh, yeah.
there's. I don't know what the blend is in Copic.
You
It's
shouldn't
like
drink
that.
pens.
You shouldn't drink pens.
No.
But
You heard it here first. And last.
but something cool though that that is worth bringing the attention is that you can use. You know how you can use Copic markers as an airbrush?
Yeah.
You can buy the airbrush thing for Copics
I still
if you
haven't tried
want,
that. Yeah.
or you can actually just, I think you can take a straw or something and just blow on it
Yeah, I just
And-
normally blow on
the pen.
on the pen
immediately.
Yeah,
But you can also there's this little thing that you can put the pen in, and you can buy like a what do you call like a can of
like
air.
pressurized air.
Yeah, pressurized air, basically, like one of those air cans.
Mm.
And you can use that. And you can also do that with Sharpies, apparently. Because
Of course. you can.
Farhan sent me, a friend of mine sent me a little clip where you could do that with Sharpies as well. So I'm guessing you can do this with a lot of pens.
Because I didn't do it with Copics first. I did it with Posca markers first.
Oh, okay.
That's how I did my drippy stuff.
Yeah, I've done that with
Then-
Posca as well. I've done
Because
like,
with them
I
it-
hit them on my hand
Yeah.
and they just like, blap, blap.
It's easier with them because you can get them sort of bleeding a lot.
Mm.
And then it's easier to sort of throw out the inks and stuff.
Mm.
But
But I don't know why we haven't shared it here, though. Like, it's a really good, like, the airbrushing
Yeah.
method. You can get that. Like, it really does look like airbrushing as well.
Yeah, it does.
You get that little, what do you call it, like spray can
that
type
texture
of textured,
thing.
yeah.
Mhm. But I really want to try the airbrush thing for the Copics to like see what that would like.
The cool thing about that one is you can control it more.
Mm.
But I feel that when I did it, because I did draw a portrait, the little kid with the gun.
Yeah.
That's what I used. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, so I used a lot of the base with that. My only problem is that it doesn't go wide enough sometimes,
Yeah.
and it doesn't get, like, it's hard to get it super even.
Mm.
So there's a bit of hit and miss there, but
Yeah.
it is fun. Like,
Yeah.
I would say, though, that I would get a compressor over cans because they run out fast.
Yeah. And today you can buy really small and not too noisy compressors for really cheap.
For cheap, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like
Otherwise,
fairly cheap.
I know. I think Drew Struzan actually, because he doesn't like compressors either. He just buys compressed air in sort of almost like diving tanks,
Oh, okay.
like
okay.
one of those
one of
scuba
big- yeah.
tanks, and he just sort of hooks that up to one of those, and it works perfectly. So, and that way he can check how much air. It's easier and blah blah blah. I don't know. But yeah, weird tips. And
No, but I think it's a
but
fun way to experiment. You know, like
the
if
only
you
thing you need to know is that it's very, like you said, uncontrollable at times. So
yeah.
if you're worried,
masking is good.
yes, masking is
your friend.
good.
Yeah.
So
didn't mask.
maybe do like a few tests before. I never ever do because it takes me out of it. I want the risk
Yeah,
and the
yeah, same here.
and sometimes I really destroy it. Like it's
Same.
just not savable, or sometimes it makes it look fantastic. But
Like-
that's art.
I think the kid with the Nintendo Zapper was the second attempt because I did draw a Game Boy first, sort of stuck on the ground like the little sketch I had on
Yeah.
my Tone sketchbook. It died. It did.
Absolutely.
That was the first page that I ruined, and then I did the kid, and I couldn't finish it for reasons unknown to me.
fantastic.
And then now I think Emmy owns it.
Of course,
Yeah, she got it at Comic-Con.
I think
I was like, if
remember
you
that.
find you
Yeah.
find me on Comic-Con, I'll give you this sketch. And then I
Yeah.
posted it on Instagram, and Emmy found us.
Yeah, of course,
She was like, hand it over, bitch.
and that's why we never saw her again.
Yeah, exactly. She got what she wanted.
Kiitos.
Kiitos.
Jumalauta. Yeah. We need her back.
I've seen her in the forums every now and then.
Yeah, but she's
She's busy.
She's busy. But does she paint again? No.
Yes.
She
No.
sort of-
She's posted some stuff.
She fell out of it, and then she came back again, and then she's out of it.
Emmy, we miss you.
Yeah.
When you hear this,
Status update.
status update.
Write
Report.
Me. Yeah.
Soldier, report.
Do it. Moving on.
But yeah, moving on.
Moving on. Moved on.
We've moved on, and people are talking outside this room, which is
Yes.
cool.
So
You
cool.
sons of bitches.
Super cool. They always do.
But yeah, retro time. I have seen maybe something.
I've seen a couple of things, but not anything like well. So
I saw a
if you
thing
have anything,
yesterday. I was not impressed. I tried watching a new animated show that wasn't Vox Machina that I also finished. That Sarah, listener of the show, loves.
So what was this?
The show I watched yesterday, I don't know what it's called because I was not impressed.
Netflix? Or?
But it was, Queer Force. It was on Netflix. I thought
I've seen the thing.
Yeah.
I haven't clicked on the thing, but I've seen the thing.
I've only seen the first episode, and it was like, okay, let's see where this leads. I did not like.
No.
Like, I don't know what it is.
Too in your face, maybe type of thing. Not too.
No.
Just not.
Just didn't feel it.
I mean,
Like, I thought it could be fun, but it was basically, like the show that I recommended you that I don't remember what it was called.
the blind love thing.
No, the other cartoon,
not Vox Machina.
No, the one before that, you know, the one that I said you should watch. That was, you didn't enjoy it. Something about the deep state.
Monkey.
Inside Job.
Oh yeah,
Was
yeah,
that
yeah,
what it
yeah,
was
yeah.
called?
Yeah, Inside
Yeah,
Job.
but that one.
Yeah.
This one, like Inside Job, I felt like, oh, it has something. And it has some parts that are really funny, but it's like a hit and miss.
Yeah.
This show had that same problem, but a lot more misses.
Without the hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No, I get it.
I didn't enjoy it, but I'm very picky now. There are some really good animations, so it's hard. Like, I feel like it's the competition has gone up a bit, and now you expect it to be really good.
Yes.
Or no más.
Or no más.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
For me, I've because last week when we recorded, I'd just been through the sci-fi bookstore and I bought the best thing ever, which was the Stallone movie compilation with like all of his worst and best action movies. So I've had more of a, I guess, Stallone week this week.
Oh yeah,
And-
with the box you bought last week.
Yeah, and last week was the Vigo week.
That's actually very funny. Revisiting movies. And
And it's like some are really, really good.
I really like
one that I didn't actually write down, but the first one I tried was Cobra. Do you remember that one?
Yep.
Jesus Christ!
That bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
I love that movie.
It's so bad. No,
don't
I
remember.
love it. I really love it, but it's so bad. Like I haven't seen it in
Dude, I haven't seen it since I was a
20
kid.
years.
Yeah,
Easy.
more. Like when did Cobra come out?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got to be like
That's when I saw it.
82 maybe.
Yeah, dude, I loved Cobra. I
Yeah.
loved all those movies. So
It's so like extremely violent. It's so like his acting is horrible,
like,
and the best thing about it is when he takes a pair of scissors and cuts off just the edge of a pizza and eats it. Like
don't
not
remember that.
cut a pizza slice. He takes a slice of pizza. It's already a slice. Cuts the top, like he
He wants the good part,
circumcises it, and then he just takes that and eats that as a
yeah.
pizza
Did he
slice.
eat the edge or the inner part?
The inner part.
That is weird.
It's so weird.
It is not okay.
But like I was
Bad
laughing throughout this entire movie. It was like an amazing ride. It's such a B movie.
Nice.
Like
I
would
miss
say
really, really bad movies. Or
top-
like B movies.
yeah, like really, really good bad movies.
Mm.
This is one of those for sure. And then I started watching Assassins with Antonio Banderas. But Sana wanted to see it, and obviously she can only make it, I think, like between 10 minutes to half an hour into a movie. So it's like watching, a show.
Mm-hmm. That's
And
why I watch nothing with my wife. Because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, we'll continue tomorrow. You're like,
Nope.
mhm.
yeah, I'm still waiting to finish 50 movies probably.
Dude, that's why we watch on the spectrum. It's like 40 minutes-ish, do it. And, we can get through it.
Yeah,
And if we don't, I don't care.
no.
Like, because it's, it's like we found a show where we don't have to watch the whole thing. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, I still haven't tried it.
It was fun. It was fun. Like, it is, like,
But
I
it's like one
found
of
my
those
character.
things. I don't feel like watching
No,
one
but
of those
that's-
shows.
no,
That's
but,
just it.
Dude, and that's the thing. I never want to see these things, but I don't know. Like, I heard enough people talk about it where it kind of sparked my interest, and it is really heartfelt, and like it's just nice.
And I've
It's-
heard more people talk about it
Yeah.
after you mentioned it too.
Yeah, when you
so,
start really, and that's how because the first time I heard about it, I was like, okay, I thought it was one of those shows, where you laugh at people, and I was like, I'm not interested in that. Like, I don't want to laugh at other
at
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I heard someone else's take, and then another one, and I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And then I was like, it's a great way for me and my wife to kind of start looking at something together again.
Yeah.
And it is really heartfelt, like it is just like, it's so nice to see another point of view and someone that, has like different challenges in life, especially when you're stuck in your hamster wheel, and you kind of just like hang with people that do the same thing that you do, like you get in this little ecosystem of
Of
it's
you.
of you exactly, just the same shit. So it's really nice to get these like perspectives and sort of aspirations of people, that have like some, like they're all sort of like their social skills, like some have them, some have very little, and it's like it's so interesting to just see because they're all intelligent as well, it's autism, and it's just like I think the social aspect of it that is the challenge. And it's really, really like I love that show. Like and I have my favorite guy now, and oh man, I love that guy. He's so good. No, but like it's the one that I said, like he sounds like a character, but he's so nice. Like, oh man.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's a good show. Like I've seen 3.5 episodes, I think. Still enjoying it.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure Santa would love it. So probably have to give it a try.
Maybe like
Yeah.
like I
But
said, it's
I'm
a
sure
slow show.
I'll
Yeah.
enjoy it too.
Yeah,
Like-
but the thing is, when we realized that we were only watching superhero movies for a while,
Yeah.
that's sort of, I'm trying to sort of like, I didn't feel like watching anything else.
No.
And now I'm starting to get back into it, after years of just watching the same type of movies. I'm just like, I want to see something else.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like watching anything beyond superhero movies. And now, like, I found this, and I'm just
Not
like
like neutralized.
exactly. And
back-
I've watched
back to-
movies that aren't superhero movies now, so
Okay.
it's nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't say I've stepped away from the
I haven't
superhero
stepped
stuff.
away, but I'm watching more.
Yeah.
I've widened the palette again.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It's just like a bigger smorgasbord of stuff.
Yeah. well, I mean, I guess you can judge from the rest of the movies that I've watched, but
cliffhanger.
the next one is definitely, I would say, one of the best action movies ever made. Demolition Man.
Yes, Demolition Man. This was Wesley Snipes, right?
Yeah. Man, I forgot how good it is. Like, it's still a really bad movie, but it's so good. Like, really good action. It's cut really well. It's dramatic. It's just a perfect action movie, you know? And the premise is so stupid, but I love it. And
I don't even remember. Like, they had these, like, they froze people, right?
Yeah. So
and then Oh,
I
that was
can,
how they imprisoned them,
yeah.
right?
So this is
Cryo jail.
Again, I'll do the IMDb thingy. But so IMDb says that it's about a police officer is brought out of suspended animation in prison to pursue an old ultra-violent nemesis who is loose in a non-violent future society. So that's
that's
the
actually
thing.
a really fun premise.
It's such a cool. So immediately.
So how did he escape? Like, what is the How does you know what I mean? Like, how did they get the bad guy?
Well, this is the spoiler alert, I guess, if you haven't seen it.
Really old
this is from
movies.
1993.
Yeah, so fuck you.
So yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, it's really you should definitely see this. This is the perfect
light
action
spoilers
movie.
then.
Yeah,
like,
light.
keep it light. Because it's in the beginning where he escapes. So
yeah, but you don't know why.
Oh,
it's
okay,
revealed at the
tell
end.
me later. That's fine. Don't ruin it.
No, but it's okay. I don't think people.
Fair,
It's there's like this higher up type of dude that I guess like I don't know the reasoning because I kind of fell asleep at the end.
Yes.
But so I can't tell you why. But so
can't spoil
so
it.
I guess it's not total spoilers. But yeah, he chooses to wake up this ultra violent
Wesley Snipes, aka
Wesley
Blade.
aka
In cargo. No, not cargo. What do you call the suspender?
oh yeah, cargo pants.
No, cargo pants. Cargo pants is what I have.
Oh
now.
yeah,
They're
suspenders.
Suspender
Yeah.
jeans pants.
Those typical sort of hillbilly type farmer pants.
I would say DIY pants.
Yeah, DIY pants. Exactly. DIY pants. What was his name?
DIY, yeah.
What was his name? Wesley Snipes' character was. He always Simon.
Simon.
Yeah,
yes.
because he always went like Simon says blah blah blah. Simon says bleed. Simon says die.
I got your eye.
Yeah.
I loved that as a kid. That was my favorite part.
Yeah. And you also have Rob Schneider in this movie.
What?
You also have Dennis Leary in this movie. You got Sandra Bullock in this movie.
I know.
Like, there's so many randos.
People you didn't put any sort of like, oh, that's not no one famous.
It's amazing. I think they're frozen in 29 years, like throughout 29 years. So they get woken up 29 years later. And it's kind of sad because Steven Spielberg, Sylvester Stallone's character had a daughter. And then, she's like either gone or grown up. Who knows? No spoilers here. Also, his name is John Spartan.
Yes.
The coolest name for an action hero ever.
That is
John Spartan. Fuck yeah. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah. And
my God.
for me, the premise of the movie is that Simon, or Wesley Snipes' character, he wakes up and he's like, I've been dreaming about killing you for the last 40 years. Like, he's just so filled with hate. Like, he's just been
But he wants to kill John Spartan?
Yes.
But
because
how
they're
does-
nemesis.
Nemesis. Never mind.
Exactly.
But how does he know where he is? Like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe he did already.
They wake him up after he's woken up. So Wesley Snipes.
Slipes.
Yeah, Slipey. he gets woken up first from this rando. And the cool thing here also is that he's been programmed kind of like, the Matrix when they just put a lot of extra information in your head.
Yeah.
They can do this while you're in suspended animation for some screwy reason. I don't know. So when he gets woken up,
Science, bro.
he's been like he's
Wesley
got
Sniped.
Yes, he's been definitely swiped. No, but so he knows like everything, and he's a lot stronger and all of this.
Yeah.
And then John Spartan is just he's just this old.
What's
crap
the bad
from
guy's name? Simon something.
Simon something.
But John Spartan.
Yeah.
And Simon.
Yes. Oh fuck! I can't remember his name because the bad guy has a great name too. Simon something.
Says.
Yeah, fucking. It's fantastic. And then
That sounds awesome.
of course, because we were watching the best of the best, we saw Tango and Cash again.
It's always good.
First time for Sana, because she stared at my poster forever and ever and ever.
Did you bump ugly with my sister?
Yes,
Cool.
apparently. You have a sister? It's just as good now as it was back then, which is not at all, but yes, fantastic.
Yeah. Dude, I was surprised when I saw, because like the first episode when we talked about Big Trouble, I haven't seen Kurt Russell act that badly in anything. So going back after, you've seen sort of like his whole career.
Yeah.
Then going back to the first movie and just like, wow, this is really bad. Like there's something there because I know what's coming.
Yeah.
But it's so bad. Like, and the movie feels a bit, I don't know, like it feels like you're watching him sort of practice in front of the mirror somewhat, like when you see the movie.
It's very over-the-top acting, and it doesn't match the other
It doesn't
people.
match anything, yeah.
He's just doing it on his own, I guess. But in Tango and Cash, I think
It's
he
a
is
step
the
up,
better
yeah.
one, because from what I've heard while researching that movie, they didn't get along at all, like Stallone and Kurt Russell. And he was very last-minute input. It was supposed to be Arnold at first, then Van Damme. Like, so all of the upper-ups of the action
back
hero.
in the day,
Bruce Willis, like, but everybody passed on it.
Yeah.
And then they just pulled in Kurt Russell. So he was like, just sort of slapped with it.
Remind me about Bruce Willis later.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. And no, so I'd say Kurt Russell carries this movie.
Okay.
And he owns it. Like, he's so funny in this.
But I thought Stallone looked really cool in this one, like with the glasses.
Oh, he
and,
does. He's got the look. But when you compare the lines, it's just, it feels so forced with Stallone and so natural with Kurt.
I think also because Kurt Russell plays, like this more relaxed person, and Stallone is sort of stick up the butt.
Yeah, he's like the stockbroker type,
Policeman.
Yeah, no, but they even ask him in the movies, like, why do you do this? Just for the action. Like, he's just, it's so bad.
Okay.
But I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So this one definitely, if you haven't seen Tango and Cash, this is like one of the greatest 90s.
It's a metaphor for a whole relationship.
More or less, yeah. They even have the cool slap, predator
The
type
cool,
thing. All of that stuff. The best lines, the best action, over the top. The story doesn't make any sense at all, but it just makes sense.
Just blow some shit up.
Pretty much.
And Terry Hatcher is
and that. Playing drums in underwear, That's all you need.
Yeah, in his apartment.
With
yes,
a
that is true.
gigantic fan. I don't know. And then the last movie I saw was actually a new one, and not with Stallone. And it's called Werewolves Within. So this is based
Sounds very familiar.
It's a feature adaptation of the video game with the same name. I haven't played the video game.
Oh shit!
So I don't know.
One, the Telltale games. Wolf Within.
No, it's called Werewolves Within.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
Or Inside Within. Yeah, Werewolves Within. I think A Wolf Among Us is the one that you
that's the one I was
think
thinking
of.
Yes.
But I've heard of this game too, but I don't know anything about it, and I didn't check it up. Check it out in any way. Check it out.
What's
it all about? Yeah.
So tell us.
But pretty much a new ranger is assigned this little town, and some spooky shit starts going down, and it's like it's kind of a it's a kind of a whodunit type thing.
Okay, yeah.
So it more or less ends up in just one house with a whole bunch of people, and like who is the werewolf?
Oh, but that feels like Knives Out with werewolves, basically.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought when I saw it. And it has, like, it's very cheeky type, you know, it's a fun movie. It's not scary, but it has like a little bit of a jump scare, but it's not super duper bloody. Definitely more fun on the fun side. Is it a good movie? Not the best, but I did enjoy it. But I can say, and this is going to be a big spoiler, so spoiler warning, I guess.
For a movie you've never heard about.
Exactly. But if you go into this movie expecting to see a lot of werewolves, you're going to be disappointed.
But that's good, because I always get very disappointed when I see a lot of wolf.
Yes.
A werewolf, actually.
Yes. Not to take it away or like, you know, give away the story or anything, because there is maybe werewolves, but you don't see much or hardly any. And I was expecting a lot more werewolf action, so I got a little bit disappointed. Yeah. So, but with the, check out the trailer. This movie is from last year, so it's from 2021. Werewolves Within. Check out the trailer. If it looks, mildly entertaining.
It sounds super familiar. Now that you mention it, I've seen the trailer for this.
Yeah, maybe.
Aren't they all like gathered together, like the people? Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it. Yeah. I actually wanted to see this movie because of the trailer.
Yeah,
because it was this like no one knew who the werewolf was. They're in the house or like in some place,
and they're kind of half panicked. And,
yes,
and it's
exactly.
all very like all over the place, but sort of almost like that rom-com type cheeky humor. It's like
But I would actually like to see more like. Because horror is the way that it is. It's always sort of like, okay, they're going to do this, and they do exactly that.
Yeah,
it would be fun to kind of take the horror genre and kind of go more thriller with it instead of like trying to do all the jump scares and stuff.
Yeah,
like Knives Out type of mix. Like try to do stuff like that. I think
like a proper scary thriller.
Yeah, just like or something that makes you feel like bad or like uneasy the whole time. Because horror movies don't do that to me anymore.
Yeah.
Like it's okay.
You should see Sinister if you haven't. With what's his name? Oh, I can't think of his name now. Fuck it. But it's I wouldn't call that like a horror movie. It is definitely more of a investigation type, but with the horror movie
element on top. Yeah.
So it is supernaturalistic, scary-ish, but more. It just gets creepier and creepier.
But it's not because that's a different like a horror movie, like a slasher movie, and then a proper movie.
Yeah.
Or like with a plot that kind of is.
Yeah. What's his name? Do you remember Training Day with Denzel? Mm-hmm. The other guy, the white guy.
Ethan Hawke?
Yes, thanks.
I was
fuck. I had the E.
I was like someone else than Ethan Hawke. I was like
Ethan Hawke. Yeah.
Was he in a vampire movie as well?
Ethan Hawke?
Yeah, where the world is like everyone's turned into vampires. And
oh yeah.
What movie is
Daylight.
Was that what it was called? I vaguely remember enjoying that.
I think you liked it a lot more than I did.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it in forever. I know I own it.
I don't remember.
No, but I
like Ethan Hawke.
They flipped it on its head, so the world had been taken over by vampires.
Yeah.
And the humans were like an extinct race killing vampires.
Yeah, and I don't remember everything, but yeah, I like the premise at least.
Yeah. Kind of like The Matrix, but with vampires. Instead of robots, I mean, because they were harvesting.
They were harvesting humans, and I think the
blood
punishment
bags.
Was sort of like you were left out in the desert or something.
And they became like when they drank vampire blood, they became like a super, like more of a monster vampire, right?
I don't remember. That's the thing. Like I just because you said Ethan Hawke in a horror setting, I just like
I had
wasn't
totally
there a
forgotten
vampire
that movie.
Yeah, same.
We should check that out again. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's all from what I've seen. Sorry for
but the Bruce Willis thing.
Yes.
he got nominated for like a lot of what is that?
Razzies?
Yeah, exactly. And like he is spitting out movies at a crazy rate, and he's in them for like 10-20 minutes, and then they just use a body double for a lot of it. And he just keeps spitting out movies.
It's so
with
impressive.
his name on it. But there is no like.
He's Nick Caging it.
No, but he's not even like Nick Cage is actually in the movies.
Yeah.
Whereas
wanna see
Bruce
Pig.
Willis, yeah, we talked about it at work today. I also want to see it, but Bruce Willis is not even in the movies. Like they have his name and like.
They get his photo for the cover. And
Dude,
then...
yes, and then like he does some parts where he like. Looks Bruce Willis-ish.
Bruce Willis.
And then he just like, and they're all dog shit.
Yeah.
Like I watched like a slew of trailers for stuff he's been in. It's like the same movie.
Awesome.
Like cut like in 8 movies or something. Just like.
Oh, man. Like,
and he was,
he's living the dream.
Sure, but it just feels like a money grab. Everything he puts out.
Yeah.
And he's playing like the Jason Statham character, or like I would say Bruce Willis came first.
Mm-hmm.
But after losing his hair, he also lost all the ability to act or like to be something else.
Yeah,
because
after that he was typecast forever.
But I think he also kind of just like he's too cool to do anything. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Whereas Bruce Willis, young Bruce Willis with like some hair, was like it felt like he was more charming. There was a lot of character, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then after, like when Die Hard 4 came out,
yeah,
or like when he did that type of
yeah, because in Die Hard 3 he still had hair.
Yeah, exactly, the little hair that he did have.
Yeah.
But the problem is like we're just gonna say that it is his hair, and I share that hairdo by the way. But the like he lost all like depth.
Yeah.
As a character. After Die Hard 4 kind of just like, for the rest of my life, I'm going to be Die Hard Bruce Willis from Die Hard 4.
Yep.
And I'm going to be that character in every movie. And that's
what
exactly
he is.
What he is.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. 100%. I think the only good thing he did, maybe that wasn't even after, but Looper.
Yeah, Looper was actually...
Was it after or before?
I think
4?
that's... I don't remember.
Yeah,
but I think it's around the same.
But that's like one of the last really good movies that he did.
But he is stoic in that one as well. Yeah. He's very
He's still himself.
Yeah.
And then he's battling himself. So it's like a Gemini Man, but with Bruce Willis.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Yeah. He had so much character. When I saw Hudson
Hawk, for sure.
Like, there is so much depth. Like, the movie in itself.
No, it's great.
But it's
the best.
But I mean, like,
I love it.
Like, and in The Last Boy Scout,
man.
he's a tough cop, but he's also very charming and has,
depth.
Yeah,
but you really feel with him. It's almost a peacemaker thing, when you just feel sorry for him, but he is such a dick.
Yeah. And that is totally gone in all the other movies. I don't know if it's...
you don't feel sorry for him anymore.
And the thing is, I don't know how well written The Last Boy Scout is, when you think about...
Well, I mean, Shane Black, man. Shane
Black.
I
just mean that the characters have some depth to them so that you can connect with them, although you don't go around punching people and, and being drunk in your car.
It's like, it's a more dirty version of Lethal Weapon,
Yeah,
it's kind of what it is.
And I don't know, like, it's all just gone. It's all gone. Like, Bruce Willis is, gone. I don't know, he's gone.
He's gone. Yeah. Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah,
really.
Dude, if he enjoys what he's doing...
go for it.
You, buddy.
Yeah, man.
But they're a hard watch. Like, I tried watching...
Have you seen Death Watch? No, Death Wish.
Death Wish.
Because he did the remake. Charles Bronson was the OG.
Yeah, the original, yeah.
And now that's on Netflix. I still haven't seen it.
I don't think so. I tried watching the... Remember that kid from Ed that worked at the bowling place? Ed, the show?
Mm-hmm.
It was this kid that worked there. He's been in a lot of movies, always like goofy and... I don't know. But he was in a Bruce Willis movie where Bruce Willis is supposed to protect him and cops and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't get through. I was like, we're good. Like, and every movie that has come after that is basically that movie.
Yeah. I know exactly.
And
I think 44 blocks?
No, I don't know. But something like that. And
16 blocks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I 16 blocked it.
Yeah.
Away. Like, fuck that shit. It's garbage. But I like every movie that he puts out is like that.
Yeah.
And now Luke Wilson is in the latest one with him, and they're all tough guys.
Luke Wilson?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. The uncoolest.
Like how?
Dude,
yeah.
yeah. And in the cover, like, they really photoshopped him, and he looks really hard. And just like, it's Luke Wilson.
Like he feels like the
It's like the fumbly, the fumbly boyfriend, basically.
Yeah, but like the
just-
lamer younger brother of Frank Grillo, you know, like he's got that same
I
eye
don't know
kind
if
of
I
eye, but
see
just
it.
like, you know, different dad.
Yeah, but at least Frank Grillo, you know, he
But still
started
related.
in those types of roles.
Yeah, but Frank Grillo is a badass.
Yeah, and Luke Wilson is a...
And he's
you know,
also
a
in Bruce
fumbly-
Willis movies.
But dude, John Grillo is doing some weird-ass movies.
Oh yeah. Oh
So,
yeah.
He's doing some other shit. But
yeah.
yeah, I've only seen Peacemaker and Vox Machina, actually. I did see the last 3 episodes that dropped on Friday.
Okay, I saw 2 more episodes
Yeah.
from where I had left off. So now the little tiny girl has left the group, and they're going on with their lives, I guess.
I enjoyed the show. Like, it's nothing spectacular that I would like, oh, you gotta watch it. It was a fun ride. It was a fun ride, and it has some cool elements to it. Like,
I don't know if this animation style works for or against it, to be honest. Like, maybe it would have been a better show if it was live action or something
I
else.
don't think live action. No,
Because I would like it grittier, darker, because it's very sort of, I wouldn't call it plasticky, but like very, very cartoonish.
Yeah.
So like,
I don't know. I think it fits.
because it's really dark, like bloody and gory and dark, and I would like to have more of that feel,
Grit.
but with that sense of humor in that
yeah.
extreme gritty.
Have
know?
you checked out Diabolical? Is it out yet? The you know, the boys cartoon that's
No.
coming.
I
haven't
that
checked.
might be the one people. Yeah, somebody
Yeah.
told me there was a new animated show out.
Yeah. Diabolical. That's
Okay.
what
Okay.
I and Matthias shared on our mutual little
Yep.
chat, like
Yeah,
a while back, not now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've definitely missed it.
But I am just like,
Is it
I don't like. Like, I think Vox Machina is way better
okay.
looking,
so? Is it more towards
but
the
it's
hit
gory.
monkey?
But it's. I think some people from Invincible have played a part in it, though.
okay,
So maybe it works. I hope.
cool.
But not sure. Like, I don't even know if it's out.
I'll look into it.
Yeah. So
Cool.
maybe it's about to drop. I don't know. Like, but it's at least on the radar.
Yeah.
Like, close to release.
And Boba Fett is still getting so much shit. Like everybody's.
I felt really bad about that.
Yeah.
So I'm just
it's-
gonna leave it unsaid
Yeah.
and not say any more on it.
But it really it's strange.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
But I'm very unexcited for basically everything that's coming.
Yeah, they're really trying to hype up Kenobi.
Yeah.
They're saying that it might be the darkest Star Wars we've ever
Okay.
received. You know,
Yeah, I'll check it out, but not excited.
if you can prove that to me, then sure, I'll buy it. But like when they start talking about when it's actually set, and you know, it's Obi-Wan has always been this sort of believer in the Force and the good guy throughout all of the movies, and now all of his friends and family is dead, and his only mission is to protect Luke from everything. So, well, you know, that might make him go
Luke is
fucking
lucky.
bananas if, you know, the Empire comes in and is doing, whatever.
No,
And then also Darth Vader in his prime during this era, which lends itself to a lot of dark stuff.
same
from,
actor.
Yes.
Yeah, because I heard
So-
rumors about him coming back and playing.
And that, I feel like just seeing that and seeing maybe him doing a really good job with it, where he gets to really perform, you know, it'll be the Andrew Garfield of the Star Wars universe, you know?
Yeah, it gets a
just
nice-
like redemption.
Yeah. I hope they like always, like I hope they do a good job of this.
Yeah. But that's the thing, like there are no expectations now, after Boba Fett, like I've removed the bar.
Yeah.
There is no more bar.
Exactly. It's just flat ground. Just like
Yeah.
walk over the line. Come on.
Yeah.
Just walk over.
You can blow this show over the line, and that sounds super wrong when I said it out loud. But the wind could blow this thing.
Very good metaphor. I see it in front
fantastic.
of me.
Slurp it all over the line.
But I personally think that they need to explore maybe not go like I think that it needs to grow up more.
Yeah.
You know, like become a bit more grown up.
Yeah.
And not like because I think they're stuck in this like cater to everyone, so you get this sort of, meh.
I feel like this is. Well, it's also probably the last important show, like with important characters in the Star Wars universe. Everything from this is more.
But isn't the
Ahsoka?
Yeah, exactly. That's coming as well, right?
But it's not as important as Obi-Wan. You know,
no,
like
of course not.
He's Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know,
I know, but
he's
it's
our only hope.
Let us, but it's just like let us show you all the uninteresting things that happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it has felt like.
But we also have Darth Maul is alive during this era. Like, so maybe he'll come back. He should.
We'll see.
We'll see. But they're really trying to hype it up. That's
their biggest mistake.
That scares me. But yeah, I think Peacemaker finale. Like,
okay, let's thank everyone that hasn't watched the show and wants to see it, or
because this will
planning
be
to see the last episode.
Spoiler alert for the entirety of the Peacemaker show.
Yeah, exactly. And this is 2 weeks later, so you have time.
You definitely have time.
But for those of you that want spoilers, welcome in.
There we go. But yeah, for me, this show, like the entirety of this show, has been one of the highlights of this year. Mm-hmm. I've had so much fun watching this. It's been amazing.
You've seen it a lot.
Yes. I was madly hooked with the first few episodes and just kept rewatching them. And they were just so much fun. Like, you could really feel the fun of everybody that worked with them, the music, everything
this
about
one,
it.
I think this show would have been fun to see a behind the scenes or bloopers. I think
they have a gag reel on YouTube now.
Yeah, I know, YouTube. And that's a bit sad, I think, that you have to go to YouTube.
Yeah, they should have had it on
They should have had it.
Max.
Like, exactly. Just have an extra episode or a bonus episode where it's just like, season 1 gag reel or something.
Yeah.
Just like... cut the
but
best.
Definitely a behind the scenes. They've had
a mix, I would say. Yeah.
Do you remember from the Watchmen show they had like a podcast for the show? Mm-hmm. They had the same for Peacemaker.
Okay.
And the two hosts of that show were so boring. Like, not saying that we were great or that we could do anything better. But it was just so... Yes, it was really...
Not say that we would do it better, which we would, but they sucked.
But it was a tough listen.
Yeah.
Like, even if... Because they brought in the actors and all of this, and you really want to hear everything that they say.
Yeah.
But it's so tough to just, like, get past them talking.
Exactly, because it's not your own voice.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah. I could do it.
Am I getting this right?
100%.
No. Dude, there are so many shows that people are like, you got to listen to this podcast. And you're like, oh, yeah, that sounds cool. And then you listen and you're like,
nope.
Yeah. It's just like, and sometimes it's just where I'm at.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you come back later and you're like, okay, now I'm pumped. And you're like, no. This is just no for me. I can't. And I know there's a Swedish podcast that is super famous, and my wife listens to it on and off. And she's like, oh, this guy came. And I was just like, no, I just cannot listen to this. It feels like, I can't explain it, but it just feels like, someone, what do you call the quotes? It just feels like, let's quote it up.
Yeah, they're just reading quotes.
No, but sometimes it just feels like exactly that type of thing. Just like saying the obvious, which we also do. But it feels obvious in a way.
But at least here you get the cocaines and the honey badgers.
Exactly, we split it up like cocaine. That's what we're
trying to say. Yeah. We water this shit.
Exactly,
down.
we know how to use that credit card.
Boom.
It might not have money, but it has cocaine.
But it works. But yeah, Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
Yeah. No,
I said, yeah.
I'd say for me the last 2 episodes were the
Weaker.
yeah, the weaker.
They're still good. Like, it's really fun. There are like great moments.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is. It just lost momentum.
Yeah, it didn't have the same sort of punch as the previous ones. Maybe it was because
The Justice League.
yeah,
That's it.
that's definitely that's what it was.
That's what it was.
We just got reminded that it's
it's
in this
universe.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the only good thing about the Justice League is the fish thing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's the only good thing.
That's the only good thing about the Justice League.
No, it was cool that Jason Momoa and the Flashy Boy came in like fun, but
they didn't do anything with it. That's the thing. It wasn't like they did the fish thing.
Yeah,
and
it was lacking. Left wanting.
Exactly.
I would have wanted a lot more.
I don't know if it's what you said as well. Like, we have such a bad experience with all the DC stuff, so that when they introduced it here, it was what we in Sweden call a magplask.
Yeah,
and that
belly flop.
Belly flop. Just like, I don't know. It just felt like,
ouch.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it didn't give anything.
No.
I think they could have worked them in to do something,
or just written better jokes for them. I don't know.
Yeah,
because that's basically what it felt like.
Yeah, it was shoehorned in.
Yeah,
and the fact that they built it up as they did, with like not releasing that last episode. And
also the weaker 7th episode, where it felt like they were like, okay, they're gonna pull down the expectation and then boom.
Yeah,
and then the 8th episode was basically the 7th episode. You know, like, it was just like the rest of that episode.
Yeah,
it wasn't like, oh,
like,
shit.
Yeah, the 8th episode could have been before the 7th episode, and you wouldn't really have noticed any difference.
No. But all in all, like, we're nitpicking here.
Oh, yeah.
It was good.
That's
like,
why we are nitpicking.
Yeah, it was a solid season.
Yeah,
like, it was really good.
8 out of 10 for me.
Exactly,
easy.
and it is, and it's also like you want to see the intro every time. Yeah, except if you're dead inside.
Yeah,
and
that's also like when you watch the last episode, when it's such a heavy thing with everybody in, and then you watch that intro. And you just kind of it's a different intro, but it's the same intro.
It's the same
like, because you can feel the tension between the characters, and like, but they're dancing and it's goofy and it's funny. But
and
it's
my
just
favorite
like,
part of that intro is still the last few seconds.
Yeah, with Judo Master jumping up on the shoulder,
and then it just stays for a couple of seconds too long. Yeah, exactly. It's just like a couple of seconds too long.
It's great.
It's great. Yeah. And that's the beauty of it. Like, it's intentional, but it doesn't feel like it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, yeah, shit, cut. Like, it's nice.
Yeah. But it just makes it more real, too. No, I've had the best time with this. Now, I'm just looking forward to binging the whole thing when it's one complete one. And I think that's the best recommendation that we can give to, like, if you're going to see it, try to see it in one sitting. Kind of. Like,
yeah, or at least not with like a week's sort of.
No, don't save the last 2.
Exactly. Just watch it as a whole, because I think that is why the first 5-6 episodes are really good.
Yeah, because
actually 6.
Because I had the 4 first ones, and that's why I kept rewatching them.
I think I had 5 when I watched.
Yeah,
because I thought I had 4, but then I watched it on the week, and then it kind of released the. So when it like kept playing, I was like, I have one more. Yeah, and it was also a very fucking epic episode.
I mean,
because it was the one that you mentioned, and then the continuation of that.
Yes, so good. Episode 5 is definitely my favorite. But yeah, so I
love that you know what episode that was. I was like, I think I know.
I'm like, no, I know.
No, but 4th is the one where your friends are in, right?
No. That's
that
5.
The 5?
That's why I know.
Okay. So that's the 5th. Okay.
Yeah, the gorilla one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool. So good. So good.
Yeah, because it ends on the cliffhanger. Yeah.
But I also like the twist of like the bad guys just wanting to save our planet, and then him getting to choose.
And yeah. I think like, that like it's leaving like room for the second season.
But it's kind of Thanosing it up. You know what I mean? Like, are they really the bad guys then, or are we the bad guys? You know, it flips it on its head. So like,
do we
it's
do
just-
genocide so that the world can evolve into something better eventually, or do we survive and then take the consequences later? You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
what is the right choice here?
And I love that premise.
I like it
That
too.
was a
Like,
nice.
It's a heavy. Like, I think it can go a bit unnoticed. Because what we talked about, like these 2 last episodes weren't as season finale exciting as you could expect.
Yeah.
But I think you kind of think about the consequences of what was presented. It is a bit more like bigger and deeper than you think about, like in the first sort of. Because I expected like Gorilla Good, you know what I mean? Like I wanted crazy.
Yeah, I think that's hard to deliver. You know?
It is. I think that
this
one
is also the first time James Gunn is doing a show. So like, really hats off to the guy for doing something this fun, as like, because he's used to doing movies. You know, very compressed forms of action. And
I would like to see a show like this, sort of Deadpool-esque, where he talks to the camera, or to break the fourth wall. Yeah. But sort of done in a sort of like Deadpool detective kind of show, So remove Deadpool and just add the detective kind of thing, where he's sort of pitching the case to you watching, like somehow in a good way. Not all the time, but kind of like, just like sometimes he just like, looks at you, the viewer or something. Like there's like potential there. I don't know.
But speaking of that, there's a different show that I saw on Netflix. Or is it True Murder or Murder? It's with the magician guy from Arrested Development.
The magician? Oh, Job.
Yeah, Job.
I don't know his real
so
name.
he plays a detective.
Yeah, that
like
sounds
in a
super
failed
familiar.
marriage, kind of. And then in every episode, they bring in a celebrity guest, and that celebrity guest doesn't get a script, or is just along for the ride and has to play with whatever is happening.
Oh shit! Yeah, I think I've seen like.
I only started watching.
Yeah, we need to find out what that is called, because I wanted to see it because I think he is awesome.
Yeah, but Conan O'Brien was the first guest, and it's like I didn't really feel like it when I started watching, so I didn't finish the episode. But the premise of that I thought was pretty good. But just because you brought that up, it's kind of similar-ish.
But it's an actual show.
It's an actual show
where they invite a celebrity to sort of tag along the protagonist.
Yes,
and then they have to just
play along, but they are themselves.
Okay.
Like, but he doesn't know that. Like the
character is in his world, and then they enter it, and and it's very like over the top at sometimes, and like it's funny, like with his type of humor, like that Arrested Development-ish. Fuck, like, Arrested Development. He's so good in that one. Like
also Batman, Lego Batman. He's probably one of the best Lego Batmans ever.
I didn't enjoy the Lego movies though. Like I have such a hard time for them.
Not even the first one.
Nah,
I've only seen the first one.
There's something about them that kind of just gets me out of it. Like I don't know. Like Batman again. Like it had some fun moments.
I don't remember the Lego Batman movie.
I saw it at the cinema even. Yeah. Like I just.
For me, it's like, I just look at all the other stuff because so many of my friends were there to build it. Paul, who was one of my best friends at Lego, was the lead designer.
It's so well cool. made.
Yeah.
But I just don't know what it is. It has some great jokes and stuff, but most of it for me just like...
Yeah, I think it's more for the kiddies.
I know, but, usually cartoons have, those layers. And this one has it too.
The first Lego movie did. Yeah. Like, with a little bit... like cheeky, and of course like I was very brainwashed back then, so of course I like it, but
it's the best.
I
think the first one is the one I enjoyed the most.
Yeah, but that's also from
because it feels
Into
like
the Spider-Verse
guy in
guys.
the beginning. Yeah,
the guys that made Into the Spider-Verse made that one, so like that's why the quality is there and the jokes, and it works. They know what they're doing. Yeah. What else? What else do we have?
I don't think I have that much more.
You haven't talked anything about the game. Do you want to finish it first?
Oh, shit, the game. I totally forgot about the game. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. 3 days straight, bitches. So, It's been 5 years in the making. So a follow-up on Horizon Zero Dawn that I talked about super early on this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
5 years ago, to be precise.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, we both love that game. I still haven't finished it. I played
Just watch it.
more than half of it, at least. But I do, like, I just brought it back into the PlayStation.
Do you have the save file?
No, yeah. I mean, it's, I don't have it on disc, so it's only on there.
Digital copy.
So it's all saved.
That's how I buy everything.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. I like the collecting
No,
things.
I understand. I just
Yeah.
like filled the drawers
Mm.
on my TV thing, so
Oh, yeah.
I can't fit any more games or movies. I'm just like, we're good.
Yeah.
And also, where the fuck do you buy games if it's not online anymore?
No,
I don't want that.
it's
Like, yeah. But the game is really good, and it is it just continues the story. It's just 6 months later.
Oh, okay.
You know, something has happened, and you just get to continue. They even give you like a little recap in the sort of like the before you start playing.
Oh, okay.
Like the yeah, exactly. The video that plays before you get to like the start menu is like a recap, like a very
nice.
quick one, and it's so good. Like it's a perfect recap with, you know, like it doesn't take too long, and it just gives you the most important highlights of what has happened.
Cool.
And it just like it feels like the same game, like mechanically, but you have, you know, like the graphics are better, the animation fighting is like improved, but it's like you feel at home with the controls, and it's like you don't have to relearn anything. And if you just played it I think you might see the difference more than I do, but it just feels like I'm in the same place and I can use my old skills basically on this new game, plus grappling hook that you can't use. Like I haven't used it in combat that much. It's not as obvious to you like the way that, but I'm early in the game. I've played I don't know how many hours, but it's again like this game is like the perfect like photo reference for everything, you know, like because you can place your character basically anywhere, like in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And you can, you know, like play around with the camera. It has photo mode if you want to take some really beautiful photos. And like the dinosaurs are so well designed, like the way they move. Like I thought they were great in the previous game. It feels like they've just taken those and made them even better. And
Have you come to the crocodiles yet?
crocodiles were in the first one as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Really big ones, motherfucker. So terrifying because they also, you know, like how they lie really still and then they snap, like that thing was really nice. But in this game, like the animals are moving, and you know when they open their mouths, there are so many moving pieces. You know, like they're chainsaw jaws. You know, and like everything is just fucking alive. And there's something satisfying about, you know, running from like these creatures that resemble real animals or dinosaurs. And, you know, you're sliding and it's like in half slow-mo and you get to shoot like pieces of the enemy and they're collectible, you know, like if you want the horns, you have to shoot them off.
Yeah.
And whatever else you need. Because if you blow them up, you're also like if you kill them and the things are still attached, they kind of, you know, like overcharge and blow up.
Oh yeah.
So they have all those things that you got to consider while sort of, you know, running for your life. And these fuckers, you know, when they realize you're there, like they alert everyone else, so they're all attacking you. And it's a beautiful game, very, you know, like bright and, you know, like jungles or deserts, whatever they have, like atmospheric. And then you have this epic story. It's all just like, it's like they just created magic. Like, I don't know. Like last time I talked about this game, it went on for like 40 minutes. But I just can't recommend this game enough. If you don't want to play the first one, I say just watch a recap. There are some really good ones on YouTube. I think there's one that's like a 3-part series, or you just watch the first one where you get the general story, and that is enough to kind of dive you into this.
Nice.
If you don't want to sort of go back and play 2 games.
Yeah. Now this one, for me, I'm going to be waiting until I get the PS5. I think.
So never.
Never. Yeah. No, but I have the TV now, so now I just need to save up a little bit more before baby comes. So I can,
would give you my PS4 Pro, but Dean has
destroyed it.
No, he wants it upstairs. Yeah, I don't
okay.
have a CD actually. That part is broken.
Yeah.
But
No, but it's fine. I do really want the PS5, so at some point I will be getting it. It's like it's not super prioritized right now because I still have a lot of movies.
Birthday's coming up. That's
yeah,
what I've heard.
that's true. But yeah, I will be getting it at some point. Like maybe the price will drop on it. And
Oh yeah, the game is super expensive, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like it costs, like
it took 5 years to make.
yeah, but no. I bought the most expensive one that was on the PS Store. I was like, take the money because you like the first.
Like you
gaming
guys
experience.
deserve it.
But it's like top 5 games for me,
Oh,
and it's that good. And now the animations on the faces, like they're scary realistic.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I've seen.
Like they're really good.
I saw.
Sometimes I'm
before
just
you
like,
buy.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's scary good. Like, yeah, it looks like actors just.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
there's the uncanny valley, and sometimes they're a bit worse. But I even mastered the in-game game. There's always like a chess or like a card game or like a dice game. In this one, I decided to learn it from the beginning. I'm kicking ass.
I did that in Valhalla.
Yeah, but you have to really. I think I played it for like an hour or something.
I played the Valhalla one. I played just that for
No,
hours.
But but I
stupid.
did that with The Witcher as well because I
Yeah.
always skip that part.
Yeah.
And in this game, I was like, I'm gonna give it a chance, and then I really invested, and it's fun. It has like a lot of depth to it, and it's basically like you get these little pieces, and they have different abilities, and then you fight on terrain.
Oh.
So. And you can rotate them, so one side is armor, one side is vulnerable. Like, and you can like, so it's a stupid little game, but it's fun. I didn't expect it to be fun because I hate all those games.
Of course.
But something I got to say about this game compared to the first one is that the side missions have stories. It's not like, oh, please bring me kindling for my fire, for my frozen bones. Okay, I'll fetch you sticks. Fun. Now, this one is actually, it has some really good stories that are, like they're just small stories. Still nothing compares to The Witcher inside stories where you're like, oh, find my brother. Oh, your brother's a vampire, a werewolf, something. You're like, what the fuck? But in this one, it's like, oh, please go check on my friends. They're caught in this thing or something happened there, I'll check it out. And you investigate stuff basically, and and then there's a deeper story that connects, and it's fun.
Cool.
And also just the epic parts are really, really fun. Like I just had one of my bigger encounters where we were like ambushed and stuff, and it's just like you're like, what the fuck? Like people riding beasts and shit, and like everyone's dying, and you're like, what the fuck? It's really epic, and like it's a cool experience. Like, and it's when you have like a TV that supports the higher graphics, and these games are just made for it. Like it's a lot of fun, and loading times are basically non-existent. PS5, yeah. So you see the loading screen and then it disappears. Like,
awesome.
It's awesome. So really, really do recommend this game. And I've only played, let's say I played like, I don't know, 9 hours. But it is like, and I play slow because I want to sort of explore and learn
And you
the
want to do
control.
everything also?
To some extent. Like in the first game, there were a lot of sort of like, oh, look, wall of text. You're like, not interested. Yeah, I skipped all those parts. Yeah. But in this one, they've kind of pulled it back a bit, and so hoping to see where it kind of goes. But so far, I haven't had like a moment where I was like, ugh, this is boring. I'll skip it.
Nice.
So hoping that it will continue to not be repetitive. Like the amount of animals that you face in the first part are the same, and they do respawn all the time. So if you pass the same place after doing something, they're there again. So that's a bit that I think that is my only complaint. But I like how many skills there are to unlock, and the points you get them fairly fast, so you can start exploring some, what you want to unlock. But yeah, time will tell. I've just learned to jump off of enemies and get that like slow-mo in the air kind of thing.
Awesome.
That I haven't had time to explore it in combat, and if I can do it on dinosaurs as well or monsters.
Probably, yes.
But it's a lot of fun, and it just adds this depth. And the hook also has, like if you shoot because you only need to, like, if there is you need grappling points. That's the only sad thing, that you can't grapple on everything.
Yeah.
But you just need to press X one more, like a double jump type thing, and she will pull herself with the grappling hook. And if you press the evade button before you land, she'll do another jump from the place that she grappled to. So she'll fly higher and just keep going. So it has a lot of that stuff that I haven't been able to kind of work into my fighting yet. But it has it has a wide variety of stuff you can do, and it's a lot of fun.
Sick.
And it's just so much fun to use a bow for some fucking reason.
Yeah, but it is.
It's the most boring weapon you have.
Not at all.
But it's the one that I use all the time. Like, no matter if there are like cool slingshots with bombs, I use the bow. Like, it's so much fun to kind of like jump in the air and shoot off parts. And that precision thing is just so satisfying.
Yeah. It takes me back to the first 64 Zelda game.
Yeah.
Like Ocarina of Time. Yeah. That was so satisfying, shooting the bow in those games. Like, loved it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm eager to hear what you think of the game after you sort of finished it or played more. So we'll get back to it, I guess, in the future. And at some point I will. Well, I'm gonna start playing the first one again, just cause. When I don't race the goddamn Need for Speed cars anymore. Jesus.
You still playing that?
Yeah. I've gotten further along in the story now, so.
But do you feel like you've gotten to a point where you're pretty good at it?
Yeah.
Nice.
I like but it's also like, now I know that my skills are better than the cars that I have. So now I actually have to like sell and buy new cars, mod them up so they're at my level. You know. So that's like, it's an interesting.
But is that a grind or is it satisfying?
Both a grind and satisfying.
Yeah, because I have a hard time with grind now. Like, games that force you to really grind.
Yeah. No, like, I just did
balance.
I did some really, stupid mistakes. I went with just coolness rather than
the useful stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. Like,
before you play. No, just kidding.
Yeah, exactly that. Like, don't just get the cool cars first. I would say get those afterwards when you save money and stuff. Get the really, like, the best cars you can in the beginning, and then just, finish the game. Then you can have fun. But kind of in a way, this makes it more real too.
Dude, I would never, like, if I finish the game, that's game over for me. Yeah. Like, I tried playing Valhalla after I did the main mission.
Oh, yeah.
No, we're good.
Like, I'll probably not continue racing this after I'm finished. And I really only have maybe 2 or 3 races left. Then I should be finished. But it's just like the last race of this last sort of heat with the thing. I can't do it with what I have. I need to get the stats up. And that means I need to go back and do the old races so I can get more money so I can buy the new stuff. So that is a grind.
Yeah,
but
that is a grind.
I don't know.
But if you enjoy the racing, I guess it works. But
like, if there was just a better soundtrack, I think what I'm going to be doing now, just to have more fun, is to just put on my headphones and listen to my music, and then
you could turn off the music sound
and just
have the car sound and then your own music. Yeah,
because I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Because it's like 7 songs or something. Like, it's so limited.
Yeah, repetitive should.
Yeah,
because the old what were those? Burnout. Yeah, they had like double discs basically. Like, there were a lot of songs in those soundtracks.
Which is why it's so weird that it only has that limited amount.
We bought 7 songs for this game. Thanks.
Yeah,
I guess.
Or maybe they are different, but they sound exactly the same. There's only one Queens of the Stone Age song, and I'm like, just play that again, please. I can listen to that over. It's fine.
You can't even control the radio or
anything.
You
can. You can change songs, but
so you changed it 6 times and you're back on the first.
pretty much. Yeah, and that's not in every type of car. So with each different racer you have, there's a different soundtrack to it, so you don't get the same songs. But
it's still limited.
Yeah, it's still pretty much the same. But yeah. So yeah, that's
cool.
That's all we have, I think.
Yeah, I don't have anything more. I've probably seen one more thing that is totally uninteresting because I can't remember it. So
Yeah,
fuck that
that
shit.
sounds amazing.
Yeah. And with that said, friends, thank you for tuning in.
As always.
Exactly. Vote the show somewhere. And thank you. Brain fried.
Yes.
Or brain fries. I don't know.
Brain fries. Halloumi brain fries.
Halloumi brain fries.
Yes. Enjoy the life and
be life and enjoy.
Life is life. Na 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 na.
And kill me, father.
You got something more to say? No.